Hey guys, it's Brianna. Thank you for joining me today. Today is MBTI Thursday, and I'm super excited about it. I have this really cool idea, and I hope you'll enjoy it, and I hope you will join me on it. So, thinking today a little bit about how INFJs are very focused on the ideal, as some of you know. Some of you are INFJs, or I think there are other, perhaps INF or just NF types that are sort of maybe idealists or visionaries. So you may apply as well. So today is basically talking about our ideals and how that has kind of sometimes brought us a lot of disappointment, and how it can now and in the future bring us, well, all we have is now, but it can now bring us greater clarity, and we can find our joy by our envisioning of the ideal. So it's amazing how fast time goes by when you're making a YouTube video. It's insane. Like a minute and a half. I thought I was talking for like 30 seconds. So, yeah. So, anyways, so there's a few different aspects of this, and I think there are three. Hopefully there will be three by the time this finishes. But the first question would be to ask yourself, what is ideal for you? And how is where you're at right now ideal for as a platform for your true ideal, or your actual ideal, the vision that you have of what is ideal. So we all have different areas of our lives: relationships, career, finances, health, friendships, so different things like that, family, creativity, that we want to be a certain way, right? Maybe as NFs we have even a higher vision for ourselves, or a more nuanced vision. I don't know. So anyways, the question that I would ask is to find contentment and to find excitement where you're at, as opposed to disappointment, would be to ask, how is where I am at ideal for creating the future that I want and creating the next step that I want? So first of all, I mean, this kind of goes off of what Kyle Cease talks about, whom I love and would totally recommend that you check him out if you have any interest in transformation and funniness. He's hilarious. So check him out if you get a chance. So Kyle Cease talks about these assets that we don't know that we have, so we don't think of. So when it comes to creating our ideal version, as opposed to saying, oh, this is where I'm at, and then here's my ideal, and here's how far those two are from each other. And it reminds me of a Sarah Bareilles song, which I think another post has reminded me of Sarah Bareilles song before. But she says, compare where you are to where you want to be, and you'll get nowhere. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was helpful to me at the time. So when we do that, we see this huge disparity, and we're kind of despaired at the disparity. Don't despair. I'm telling this to myself as much as to you. Don't despair, but find all the ways that right now you have what you need to create that future that you want. Ideally, you'll have those things. So, and it can be something that others might not see as an asset or a resource. So, like Kyle Cease talks about nature being an asset. Our ability to reflect and meditate is an asset. And if you have the time or space at all to meditate, that is part of the groundwork of or it can be, if that's something that you choose, part of the groundwork of creating the ideal future that you would want, or the ideal situation. There are so many books out there. There's so many YouTube videos. There's so many resources. There's, I'm going to say it again, there's therapy. I've said it a few times, but I think it's amazing. There's dream analysis. How cool is that? Any dream analysts? Comment below. Let's talk. So, your energy, your health, your vibrancy, your ability to look for solutions, your ability to hone in on a craft, to make a choice, to take one baby step. So I would say just find appreciation. Don't forget to remember to appreciate where you're at, and that can be the building blocks, and how to ask yourself, as opposed to how do I get to where I want to go, say how is right now ideal for where I want to go. So that would be my first tip to myself and to you all of us. Because we have way more available to us than we even realize. Way more great things that we can bounce off of. And the second thing would be when we're looking for ideals, often I think we see this big picture of like, okay, if things were like this, if everything was this way, and people and politics and relationships worked this way, then I would be happy and everything would be right, because that's how I see it as being right. And that's how we would like the world to be, which is awesome. I think please don't stop doing that. Don't give up on that. I want us all to continue to have that hope and that vision. We are the hope, not just us as INFJs, but we as a group, as a species, we are the hope. And so we can't let that fire go out. But in the midst of that, I would say, I kind of wrote this down and it felt sort of like a channeling of sorts. So I don't know, it just kind of, come out of me. And so it was, let not the little ideals slip for fear of the big ones passing you by. So there are all these big things that we want to see happen, and that can be a little bit overwhelming if we think about wanting to not overthrow, but like create an ideal world and ideal conditions and situations and stuff like that in the big scheme. But we also have these little ideals of our day-to-day, of the little minutia of our worlds. And that can be like our room looking a certain way, our mornings looking a certain way, our routines and our bedtime looking a certain way, our chores being done a certain way, our attitudes being a certain way, the way we view people on a day-to-day, minute-to-minute basis. Is something that we may have like an unconscious ideal of. But I think if you're like me, you think that once all these big things happen, then I can focus on these small little things that I would like to be a certain way. But I think we might have it just wrong. I think we might have it reversed. So I say this because I'm going to quote the Bible, and I can't be wrong. I'm quoting the Bible. No, I'm just kidding. I think, I don't know if it was Jesus, but it might have been. But he says, someone says, be faithful in the small things, and you will be given much. Be faithful in the little things, and you will be given much to be faithful over. And that just warms my heart, and it brings me a lot of rest or joy and peace and stuff to think about that, because it is a big thing to think of tackling all the large things in our lives that we want to be different and beautiful and stuff. But let's, not neglect the smaller things, like our waking up routine even. Do you want to say an affirmation right when you get up? Or do you want to greet people with a smile when you walk into work? Do you want to think positive things about your neighbors and friends and roommates and family members and colleagues, and the people you watch on YouTube? And do we want to have our hearts and our souls aligned with that and the good things, and love and things like that? So it is an ideal of some sort. It's idealistic, and so I would encourage all of us to challenge ourselves with focusing on the little things that we can be idealistic about, and that we can actually meet those challenges. And maybe then the universe will bring us, or God will bring us, new challenges, and something where we're like, oh, nice. Like, this is what I wanted to work on all along, but I, for whatever reason, the opportunity didn't present itself. But perhaps the law will apply here, that when we're faithful in the little things, we'll be given more to be faithful over. So I'd encourage you to do that, and let's just see what happens. I think it's pretty cool. See if that thing actually, I'm like in slow-mo on my thing, on my video, because my battery is low. Which I better plug in, by the way. I'm just going to do that really quick. Sorry. Oh yeah, there's my bear back there. I love her. Don't hate. Okay, and then, so anyways, the universe will, may give you a greater opportunity. So trust there. Another thing is, I just want to share briefly a acronym, I think they're called. This acronym I also just blurted out, sort of. So the acronym is platform. It's referencing the first idea of recognizing where you're at is ideal for where you want to be ideally, what you see your future as ideally, or your near future or long term. So the word is platform, and it is, I can read my own writing, this is always the challenge. Excuse me. Perfect landing area to find our right match. It is like this much lame, but it's also wise, I think. Perfect landing area to find our right match. So it's just a little perspective switch, and finding opportunities where we're at. It's a gold mine of where you are right now. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any examples of that in your own life, how where you're at is or may be perfect exactly for what you want to see your future like, or what you want to have happen ideally, whether it's in relationships or health or finances or career or humanitarian things. Please share that with me, and maybe one day I'll do a video sharing mine. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. If you would like to see more videos like this, Monday through Thursday, different topic every day, please subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.